Hi, my name is Chad and welcome to my studio. I'm going to make for you tonight a Christmas wreath, and I want you to follow me on this, and you can make one of these along with me at home. It's really easy to do. I'm going to start out by showing you what I have here, what you might want to go get in case you want to make one. Now we're going to make an artificial wreath tonight, 24 inch. You might want to measure your door and see how wide you want to make yours, but that's the norm. It's about a 24 inch wreath. So I'm going to point the camera down here to the table and show you what I have here. Alright, and right here we have a wreath, and as you can see it's just a plain wreath. There's nothing on it yet. This is what you want. You can get these from any florist or department store, discount store, big box store, whatever you may want to call it. Now, and then here we have some picks, and you can get these too pretty much at any, well, today they sell them pretty much at any of your big box stores as well. And you want to get one, some picks that, you know, suit your taste, the color scheme you might be going for. Here we have lime green and purple and some gold in here, which is, I thought was different, and I'm one of those people that like different, so I thought this was very, the colors are different, so I'm going to go with lime green and purple on this wreath. I know it sounds strange maybe, but I'm sure it's going to be quite beautiful. Also I've chosen a ribbon here, kind of a silver and purpley, pinky, it kind of changes colors, iridescent, very cool ribbon here to match this purple and green. I also have some, you want to go ahead and just take these out of the packages. Get your tags off, because we'll probably end up cutting these up. You'll end up cutting these up. So here we have some little packages on wire. This is going to go in our Christmas wreath as well. And here I have some gold. This is fern. Just some. You might want to. You could pick this up too at your hobby store or big box store, florist, wherever you might want to get it. I also have some more different kind of purple fern here. Also have, thought this would be cute in it, some cattails. And we'll cut all this up and put it in. I'll show you how all that's done. First thing you're going to want to do is make a bow. And most people buy their bows made, and you can do that. But if you buy your ribbon loose, like I have here in a bolt, this is 10 yards, and this pretty much makes a pretty large bow, certainly large enough for this wreath, and certainly enough for even a larger bow for a bigger wreath. So you should have plenty left over. Well, plenty in the sense that you'll have, for instance, enough to go around this wreath, and we'll get to that when we get to it, but to go weave it around the wreath as well. Tonight I'm drinking some coffee, so cheers. I hope you have something to drink. Get you something to drink, some hot chocolate, some coffee, some wine, whatever you want, whichever your best beverage is, and let's make a wreath. I have Christmas music playing in the other room. I'm going to open this door a little more so I can hear it. Alright, now let's start on this bow. Now, before we start making a bow, I want you to know, just always keep this in mind when you're making a bow. There's a top to your ribbon and there's a bottom. And although they might look the same, when you, at a glance, in reality, they are not the same. For instance, one side is turned in to be sewn on. One side might be a little shinier than the other, and one side might be a little rougher than the other. So always check to make sure you keep the right side up when you're making a bow. And your right side is, of course, the pretty part of the ribbon that's facing you on the outside. This is the inside of the ribbon, and this is the outside. So you always want to keep the outside up. With that in mind, let's start. Now, when you're making a bow, there's two ways to make it. You can make it with a center, or you can make it without a center. I'm going to show you the way to make the bow with the center. And you can choose to do it this way. I'll also show you how to do it without the center. So with the center, you're going to start with the center, and this is going to be your center loop right here. So, and if you weren't going to make the center first, or you didn't want the center loop, then you would just start with your outside loop of your bow, which would be this would be your center here, let's just say. But I'm going to put a center in this bow, so we're going to start with the center, and there's your center right there. You don't want your center, you want your center to be smaller than the rest of your loops. And this is a pretty good size wreath, a 24 inch. So you want your bow to fit in this area of your wreath nicely and cover it nicely. And remember, with some tails hanging down. You always want to fluff your wreath, which I probably didn't have time to fluff this one yet, but I'm going to fluff it after I make this bow. So here we go. Coco's over here. You might see him. That's okay. Don't worry about Coco. So you start with the shiny side up, or the pretty side up of your ribbon, and here's your center loop here. All right. Now, and I work going out with my first loop. So let me back up a little bit. See, you can see this okay. And so we want to. So here's your. This is the bottom side of the ribbon right here. This is. So we want to twist this. You want to twist the pretty side back up. So now we have the pretty side of the ribbon back up again. So here's the pretty side. Here's the pretty side again. So we're going to make a loop now on this side of this on this side of the center loop. Then you want to twist. Like I said, twist the pretty side of the ribbon back up again. See? So here we're going to make a second loop. Our second loop goes on the other side of the center loop. Right? And then twist your ribbon. You want to bring your pretty side back up again. And here it is. Okay, see? Now, make another loop there. And see, I'm holding all my ribbon with actually 3 fingers. And as you do this, you will learn how to manipulate your fingers to hold this ribbon where it won't all come apart on you. It'll take you a while. Don't worry, you may not be able to do it the first time, but just practice makes perfect. So anyway, here's our third loop. And you want to twist the pretty side back up. And I'm also moving my ribbon just at an angle out for each loop. See, my back loop here, I've angled it out a little bit away from this loop. To actually, I'm gonna try to start the circle of loops in my hand before, instead of just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm actually angling the ribbon out a bit with each loop. So with this 5th loop here, or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my 5th loop here, I'm angling it out again, as you can see. I just angled that out just a bit. So the bow is actually beginning to form before I let go of this bow. It's actually going to go ahead and form itself. We're going to form it in your hand before I let go. So I think that's loop 5. So we're going to go to loop 6 now and bring your pretty side of your ribbon back up again. Over here. And now there's loop 6. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and actually 7 with your center. So you can see I've angled that out a bit. And I'm actually going just a, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going a little larger with each bow. So it's getting bigger and bigger with each loop. Just by about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Once again, we're going to twist and bring that pretty side of the ribbon back up again. And once again, angle it out just a bit more than the other one. And bring it out a little further. So we're getting our ribbon is actually getting longer as we're making these loops. I think this is loop 7. And see, I brought that one out just a little longer than this one. And I've angled it out a little more than this one. My dog sees something in the window over there. Alright. Now, once again, loop number 7 or 8 now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This might be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Loop 5 over here, so that's 9. So our 9th loop, a little larger and out a little further than the last one. A twist, bring your pretty side up again to make, and I'm going to stop with 10 loops here. Well, that should be enough for this wreath. As you can see, I'm measuring. You see, I'm pulling on this loop to make sure it's a little longer than that one and just angled out a bit more. And I'm going to twist the pretty side back up again. So we have, this is actually the bottom of my bow where this ribbon is coming out. And this is going to be the top. So I want my tails to be at the bottom. So this is, and with the size of this wreath, we want some pretty long tails. So we're going to give our ribbon, our bow here, oh, some nice long tails here, about, oh, that's about 1.5 feet long a ribbon from the bow. And I think that's going to be enough there. You want to cut your ribbon, always cut it at an angle. And you want to cut, and you can put another cut on this later, but if you don't get around to it, then at least you'll have that angle cut on it. Now, and you can choose to tie this together with wire or with ribbon. But I'm going to choose wire so we can fasten it onto this wreath much better. So, and you can get this wire from any florist. This is just florist wire. You can get this from any florist or even any of your box stores, hobby stores has any of this wire here, florist wire. So you want about, this is about 18 inches of wire here, and I'm just going to put it right through the center of my center loop right there. I have it, there's my wire here. It's going right through my loop here. And it's coming out here of the center loop. The wire starts over here, I just put it in, see that? If you see it coming through my finger here, so I have it coming through here, going through my fingers here, just so I have that angle correct. Here going through the bow. Because I want it to wrap. We want to wrap it around the bottom of this bow right here. So there's my wire. See it? Now I'm going to put it right under my thumb in the center of this bow. Right there. I just put my thumb on it right there. On the wire. Now I'm holding the wire under my thumb. Here it is. And here's the other end. And I've got it right in the center of my thumb here. So we're going to wrap this wire down underneath the bottom of the bow. And I'm reaching here and pulling the other side of the wire underneath the bottom of the bow. And I'm pulling it tight. So it really fastens, it gathers the bow. It's gathering it as I pinch it. You put pressure on it, okay? I have a lot of pressure on this right now. Right here with my fingertips. Holding this bow together. Right there. There's a lot of pressure right there. Right here. Holding the wire together. Now I'm going to twist. Watch. See, I'm just twisting it like you would a garbage tie. Now, you see that? Can you see that twist? Almost like a garbage tie twist there. Just really tight. Now, here's the front of your bow. I'll put my thumb in here and I'm just going to fluff it out now. What do you think? There's our bow for our wreath. Now, our tails. So. Take our tag off our wreath here. Alright, you want to find the back of your wire. This is the back of your bow. Here's your wire. And you want to, what we're going to do is we're going to feed these two pieces of wire through the wreath, the area we want it in. And I want it right here in this area right here. And the tails are going to hang this way to the bottom of the wreath. This is going to be the top of my wreath. This is going to be the bottom of my wreath. So here we go. Let's get the bow in. And I'm feeling under the wreath here for the wire of the bow. I have them in my hand. Now I'm going to pull the bow into the wreath. Just like that. And twist your wire. You don't even have to look under there and see it. You can just feel it kind of with your hand. Just start twisting it. Now I know I had it because I felt it grab it. And if you look right there, there's your wire. There's my two pieces of wire from my bow. And now from this point, fluff your wreath out and you get your bow fluffed out. Turn around so you can see. So there's our bow for our wreath. Okay? Alright, here we go. Now I'm going to hang my wreath right here. What do you think? All right, now from this point, what we're going to do is start adding our decorations to it. And like I said, I have these picks here. Oh, and by the way, you will need a nice hot glue gun for this part of it, or a glue pen, which is what I have. Let me show you that. So if you're brave enough, they can be quite dangerous. If you're going to use a pan, I wouldn't suggest having the kids around with this if you're going to use a pan. This is just basically a frying pan full of hot glue. Very dangerous around children. I would not recommend children to be around this. Definitely you can use a glue gun for this job of the part of the wreath making activity, and I would recommend a glue gun with children around. But if you don't have children around to make this wreath, then by all means get you one of these glue pans. Get you the glue pellets come in a bag. You know, they come about 20, oh no, I'm sorry, 50 in a bag for like, I don't know, $5. So it's a pretty reasonable deal, and you get all this glue, and it's, the part about this is so great is dipping. You don't have to be squeezing the trigger all the time, worrying about putting the glue stick in, feeding it through the glue gun. It's just a big hassle. That part of the glue guns are a hassle. Don't get me wrong. I like glue guns. They're good. I'd rather use this for me personally. I don't have children around, so it's great. Anyway, so let's get started on this. And I guess what I'll do is I will just, let's put my camera out to the side. And I can work. You can watch. And we'll start on this. Now, I do want you to see, you know, the dipping process for these picks. If you're going to use a glue gun, you know, of course, you would be wanting to put your glue along this pick area here. Now, with this particular glue pan I have, see that tail is just a little too long, so we're going to cut that off. Go ahead and cut him off. Of course, you're going to need a good pair of wire cutters to do this as well. So make sure you have wire cutters on hand, glue, glue gun, glue pellets, glue sticks, all that stuff ready to go. And I like that. And if you're going to use a glue pen, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be messy. You're going to have cobwebs, I call them, everywhere. Don't worry about it. The cobwebs can be taken care of. So, with that in mind, I would like to get closer to my glue pen. So, I'm going to back the camera up just a bit. Okay, right there. And I'm going to back up my wreath a bit. If that's okay. Now, move this glue pan better. I don't want to move this glue pan around so much. I'm sorry, let me do that again. I'll show you how I get that. We're going to take our pick. And I go ahead and manipulate my pick now. Just go ahead and bend it out the way you want to shape it. These pretty much come out of shape. You have to manipulate them, shape them the way you want them. You know, I particularly have you know, some kind of scheme in mind. You do want to have, you know, once you start building your wreath, the design will just come to you. You don't have to worry about that so much as you do getting everything bent into shape is really the main thing. Once you have that done, see this area here is where I want my glue. And if you watch over here, see that? See how I can just coat that without worrying about pulling a trigger and worrying about feeding a pellet, or I mean a glue stick through the glue gun. Here we go. And another one. Back my camera up a bit, as you can see. Be sure you get all your tags off your picks. Bend your pick out, shape it up a bit before you start with it. Make sure everything's where they're supposed to be. Okay. Cute. I just think these are so cute. Look how festive. Alright, I think that's enough of those. I'm going to now add some fern. What do you think so far? You like it? Alright, for down here, we're going to just add some more packages and some more little pieces of fern. Just like that. I think some of this cool. Fern here. I love this. I think this is what you would call coral fern. And you know, this wreath comes to mind that it is in purple, green, and gold. Perfect Mardi Gras wreath colors, and actually could serve both purposes. So there you go. Go figure. You have a Christmas wreath, and you don't even have to take it down till after Mardi Gras. Just throw a mask in it and there you go. You could add balls to this, you could add ornaments to this, you could add whatever you have at home if you wanted to add other things to this. It doesn't have to be these picks. It could be lots of ornaments you have at home. Something else. It doesn't have to be the particular picks I have here or the fern. It's just a matter of taste and a matter of what you like. But anyway, this is the start or the finished product of my wreath. And it's the start of your wreath making lifetime, I hope. But anyway, this is my wreath, and I hope that you got something out of it, and I hope that you're able to make one of your own. Merry Christmas, and get the kids around to make this with you. I think they would love it, except for the glue pan. So anyway, enjoy. Merry Christmas. Bye.